eternity, when it's not ever the case, you know? And it says right there, it said we shall live again. It's reincarnation. You know, we're not going to, you know, the wicked, they're not going to be burning forever and ever, you know, in the underground somewhere. Okay, they're gonna receive their judgment. They're gonna be destroyed.
They're gonna come back.
They're gonna receive death, and they're gonna come back. Okay, but the Israelites, they're gonna come back in their right minds, and they're gonna be empowered, just like we are. But the elect, they're gonna be at a higher status. Okay.
Those are the scripture bring out right now, healing of the nations. That completely proves that if you don't accept Christ or even Yahweh Shai, that the nations are going to come back. And then you get other scriptures about their current state. But that scripture right there, I believe 22, I think it is, chapter 22. Read that real quick.
Yo, this is Revelation 22 and 2. It says, in the midst of the street of it, and on the other side of the river, was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations.
Yes, that's how we know that the nations are not going to be burning in hell forever and ever and ever. They're going to be healed eventually after they serve their slavery. Then they're going to be healed. They're going to get close, you know, to our Creator. And we're going to be their priests.
It says when the righteous bear rule, the people rejoice.
And the reconstruction going to start when they serve Him. They don't know how to serve Him. Well,
I got something to back up that point, or what we were speaking about earlier. It says, Daniel 12 and 2, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Read that again.
It says Daniel 12 and 2, and many of them that sleep in the dust.
That's everlasting contempt is for Esau, man, because he's going into slavery. Then after 1,000 years, he's gonna be burnt up.
Yeah.
And it says we're not gonna see him again. It tells you that all over the scriptures, especially in Job.
Dream, dream,
Yep. The eye that shall see him shall see him no more. You know. Read that again.
Gone. Daniel chapter 12 and 2, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Yeah, obviously the everlasting life is the elect, the brothers in the faith. Okay? And then we find out through the scriptures that Esau is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And he's going to receive his punishment. It tells you that, get Revelation 12, no, 13 Slaki.
No, he didn't leave into captivity. Yep. I got it.
Yeah, Revelation 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Yep. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. You know, in Esau, the elites, they know that scripture, man. They know that, just like they're trying to stop the Russians from destroying the land of Israel. They know the prophecy. It tells you right there in Revelation 20. It tells you right there, plain as day, and they know about it, just like they knew about coming over here to the Americas. They accomplished their diligent search, and they found out what? They went to the book of Ezra. That's how they found out about the Americas, about the other tribes. They always knew. Esau always knew that we were Israelites.
And there was historical data and stuff like that that tried to cover and try to destroy. You got certain icons from back then, like
exactly.
You know what I mean? There's way more evidence that Esau tries to lead you up to the lead.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, Esau would be a complete idiot if he actually didn't study who the biblical Israelites are. You know?
That's why it's lucky. That's why in that encyclopedia I have, when you looked up Native American Indian, it said that they were once believed to be one of the lost tribes of the children of Israel. So why would that be the case? Why would they once believe that? Because they were.
Exactly.
There's that historical data, but they try to just do, discredit it.
Yeah. Also, the Hebrew interpreters came. The conquistadors. Yeah.
Or they try to say that our history stops at Africa. Man, Jake's history goes way beyond Africa. It goes way beyond Native America and Mexico. They just want to stop it right there, which is our slavery. But it goes way beyond that. It goes way beyond, Jeremiah, what's that? Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, when it talks about a man shall come afar. Our history goes way beyond all that slavery that we caught. But Esau starts our history at that point, you know what I mean?
Because it doesn't benefit them to do otherwise.
Yep.
So it benefits them to keep us ignorant.
Right.
And that's the worst curse we under is ignorance.
Exactly.
Not knowing how to do certain things, how to get involved in certain things, take advantage of certain benefits. Jake is just stupid. But they don't teach you, like I said last week, they don't teach you about finances, business in school. You got to figure that out yourself.
Yep.
Some Jakes never figure it out. They just die believing they're being oppressed, which they are being oppressed. But they don't know how to cool their tongue a little bit.
Yeah, and your enemy not gonna give you the weapon to destroy him.
Exactly.
And that weapon that he kept away from us is the true name of our power and who we are as a people. And once we come back to that true name and start worshiping that true name, then the heavens going crack and it's over for him.
Yeah, you see regular Jake in the world, with the outfit of ignorance. The skinny jeans with the long dreads. Walking around the neighborhood, just looking stupid. Nothing to fucking do. I mean, that's what Esau. That's what the Esau loves. He enjoys that. He enjoys seeing Judah, Ephraim, Issachar just walking around.
Just hanging in the corner.
Esau, Issachar be at work. But he loves seeing Judah and the rest of the tribes and gangs and just walking around, having fun. Going getting their hair done, going buying clothes. Esau love that shit, man. And then until you get older, you start, Jake, they just perpetually, I don't be around these motherfuckers no more. But they just still doing the same shit, man. Shopping at Save-A-Lot, open the door, the car alarm go off and shit. Like, oh damn, I still need the car alarms. Like, damn, shit. Some of this shit be strange to me, man. Yeah. It's still Save-A-Lot. What else still niggas be doing? ShopRite.
They do the same shit.
Riding bikes.
Eat, sleeping shit.
Riding dirt bikes. They're still doing it. It's total fucking ignorance and waste of fucking time. Instead of building yourself up, working on yourself, that's what Jake doing.
A lot of Jakes don't even fucking work. They just sit around all fucking day do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, smoking weed, getting high, eating edibles and shit.
Yeah, it's funny. Me and the brother were talking about this, and he made a statement like a lot of Jake get older, but they don't grow up. You know what I mean? Like Jake don't grow up, man. They stay immature.
That's what Baby Boy was about.
Yeah, baby boy.
Baby Boy. Don't make those mistakes. Do what Baby Boy did at the end. So start at the end, not at his beginning. What Baby Boy did, like he had the wife taking care of his lady, his baby, and all that. But don't go through if you don't have to. Don't go through the same shit, beefing and getting in gangs, and murder and living with your woman and all that. If you can help, if you can help it, But try to skip to the end, and try to mitigate the arrested development. Right? With Jakes, when you don't have the truth and you got the arrested development, that you pretty much done. You fucking finished for the next 25, 30 years, you're done. It's better if you have the knowledge of the truth. But most Jakes don't have the knowledge of the truth, so they got the Oedipus complex thing. The mother's the most important. They think their mother's watch the movie Baby Boy. Watch all the hood movies, all right? To get the knowledge to know how not to act and behave. All right, whether it be Boys in the Hood or Friday kind of like comedy. But Boys in the Hood,
Minister
Society.
South Central, you got some.
Yeah, South Central. Yeah, you don't see how dumb what not to do. All right, don't follow that same program. Rims, wheels.
spinners.
And then you spend your money on what you want, but I'm saying you gotta have your priority straight, But make sure back in the day, niggas used to like the Marauders, the Caprices, the Crown Victorias. They would put the system in there before they even make sure the wheel bearings right and the ball joint. They'll put rim 22s on there, like the priorities are fucked up, man. And they get the anti-rattle clips or whatever. They put so when you turn the volume up, they'll do all that shit to the car, but they're supposed to, make sure the engine and transmission run good first. Transmission flush, supposed to get that done, the tune up, oil change. before you do all the accessories, you know. But Jake, they mind literally thinks about. Well, used to anyway. The marauder, the caprice, having a lot of space, the expedition, you know, focused on having fun. You know, putting your friends in the damn truck. Whether when your mind's supposed to be focused on, you know, godly education and business. You know, everything else is just extra.
I mean, yeah, Jake is focused, you know, on the exterior instead of being focused, like, you know, what's inside, you know, the interior.
Yep. You don't lay up the riches in heaven, you lay up the riches, you know, on earth. The lost on earth doesn't corrupt.
When the Lord said you got to keep the Lord's face, and that if you don't work, you don't eat. That's the thing you're supposed to be focused on. Yep.
Yep. This is Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish; they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Yeah, they worrying about whether you went on vacation or not. You go on vacation, you got to live life. When you go on vacation, all the work you talking about doing, you know, the burden you put yourself under, go on vacation. Like, why the fuck would you say that? I gotta work. I'm still working. I'm still in the process, you know? It can take 6 months to 10 years to get through the whole process. Then you still got more work to do. And then America's gonna be destroyed. So we always got work to do, right?
Yeah, you go on vacation, you gotta come right back to hell. Like, what's the point of it?
Then you spent the money on a vacation where you could have put it into yourself.
Yeah,
you know?
temporary alleviation.
Because they worldly, they want you to be worldly. They want you to run to the same ride or access, like Peter said.
Oh yeah.
Then you got these stupid Jakes, they'll go to Mexico and get robbed and shit.
Yeah.
They'll go to Mexico, get these botched surgeries and die from it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like
Dominican
Jake is
Republic,
fucking simple, man.
dying of damn operating theater. More women, black women, so-called black women are dying over the damn surgeries. And I think any other race that go there. You got the black woman dying. So they get this fat chicken off a damn fat ass stomach and putting it in her ass. In Dominica. You know, in Santo Domingo or whatever they go. What's the other one? Sosa or whatever. Not Sosa.
Yeah, it's probably Santa.
It's another city. Sosa, the tourist city. Some Sosa, something like that.
Look it up.
Yeah, look up that party. Not party. Yeah, it's a party city. It's a vacation city. Not the capital.
Wait,
Sosa.
Dominican Republic?
Yeah. Something for Sosa.
It's in the Americas, or you talking about the islands?
Dominican.
I know you got, what?
Sarasota.
Cana.
Oh, Punta,
The Punta Cana. Punta Cana
That's
is
the
one.
one?
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, that's one.
Nah, I mean, it's that, you know,
Punta Cana.
what, like the waters, like, it got that,
Blue?
yeah, like the blue, greenish
Yeah,
type of, it's
yeah.
really nice. But, yeah.
Yeah, but it's real nice, but they're not cleaning their fucking instruments. But that's why they die from infection.
STDs.
Oh, when you go down there and get cut, they're not cleaning their fucking instruments.
Well, that's true, but it's still an invasive surgery.
Yeah,
you
they
can
not-
still have complications. Even if you do everything right,
Yeah.
you can have invasive surgeries. I would think, if they want to continue doing business, they would clean the instruments. But yeah, that was actually a thing. I heard about the washing hands guy. You heard about that dude? It was an Edomite. He said after birth, it was 2 parts of a hospital. It was one part that buried people as a morgue, and the other part delivered babies. It was a high mortality rate because the same people worked in both departments. People from the morgue was going to deliver babies, and one of the dudes said, "Just wash your hands to Edomites, and y'all prevent like most of these women dying, giving birth." And they ain't listen to his ass. They listen to him later, but they ain't listen to him. He suggested just wash your hands, and you'll have less mortality than giving birth. That story is searching around YouTube. I've seen some clips around that.
I mean, but the scripture already said if you touch an unclean body, or a dead body, that
Yeah,
you
you
become
unclean to the heathen. Yeah, so put the wash yourself with water. So Esau didn't even know that. Somebody can look that up. Look that up real quick. So how unclean Esau is. It was a guy who recommended the washing of the hands. Because before then, they didn't. I guess Esau didn't give a shit. That's just Esau for you. We already know that. Gad, Issachar, Judah. We already Levi, Simeon, all the Caribbean Israelites. We already know you're supposed to wash your hands. This is why the Pharisees got mad at the. That's right. That's how the Pharisees got mad at the disciples, right?
Yeah,
But they ain't washed their hands. Esau, you the fucking devil. Dirty as shit. You know, I already know Esau don't be washing his hands going to the bathroom.
Yeah,
That's
take
already a
baths every
stereo,
day.
that's already a stereotype. Now, everybody already knows. Esau don't like washing his hands, and he be running out, taking pictures and running out. Like, oh, dude, I'll be seeing something you might wash your hands, but they probably like Italians or Irish or something. But Esau be running the fuck out the bathroom. Fucking the damn bathroom up, man. And they don't flush the damn toilet.
I got the unclean body.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kind of said Numbers 19 and 11. It says, "He that toucheth the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days."
Damn.
It says, "He shall purify himself with it on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day he shall be clean. But if he purify not himself the 3rd day, then the 7th day he shall not be clean." Then
I got the doctor right here. It took a damn doctor to tell you that you're supposed to wash your hands. Dr. Semmelweis?
Yeah, a doctor and a bunch of debts. Like, I don't know why these people are dying. Like, come on now.
1850. So before 1850, Esau just doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do. He's just going from the morgue, going to give birth. Same people worked in the same hospital. It says it could be summed up in 3 little words: wash your hands. It was then that Dr. Semmelweis began exhorting his fellow physicians at the famed Vienna General Hospital to wash up before examining women to deliver babies. 1850. So it took to 1850 to tell these pieces of shit to consistently wash your hands. I'm sure they did sometimes, but you're supposed to do that every single time. You know? But I remember seeing on the movies, seeing the bowl of water. That probably might have been Hebrew movies, but you know. But you're supposed to have like bowls of water,
and you wash.
And then they had the gray water and the fresh water.
Yeah.
You know, and then you get the fresh water into the gray after you've done, you know, washing. But hey, Dr. Sim, that's him right there. That.
It's a little more. It says Numbers 19 and 14, or 13. It says, "Whosoever toucheth the dead body of any man that is dead, and purifieth not himself, defileth the tabernacle of the Lord Yahweh, and that soul shall be cut off from Israel, because the water of separation was not sprinkled upon him. He shall be unclean, and his cleanliness is yet upon him. This is the law when a man dieth in a tent, and all come into the tent, and all that is in the tent shall be unclean 7 days." Goes on to say, "And every open vessel which hath no covering bound upon it is unclean, and whosoever toucheth one that is slain with a sword in the open fields, or a dead body, or a bone of a man, or a grave, shall be unclean 7 days."
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
Don't get about the cedar corporation.
Oh.
I wanted to say what it said what to do. It said
The
wash your water.
cleanliness until the evening.
Yeah,
What's
get-
that?
It didn't
Yeah,
say what to do.
Leviticus
It
18.
says you're unclean, so get the cedar corporation because it tells you that you're supposed to wash up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's right
Said
here.
that?
Yeah.
Read it.
Gone. It says Numbers 19 and 17. It says, "And for an unclean person, they shall take the ashes of the burnt heifer, or purification for sin, and running water shall be put thereto in a vessel. And a clean person shall take hyssop and dip it in the water, and sprinkle it upon the tent, and upon all the vessels, and upon the persons that were there, and upon him that touched the
Put it in
bone."
wash your water. But
Gone. It says, "Or slain, or one dead up, or a grave." Verse 19, "And the clean person shall sprinkle upon the unclean on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day, he shall purify himself and wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and shall be clean at even."
there you go. So the Hebrews already know that. Even the so-called Jews, they know that. You know, even though they still practice demonic circumcision practices. I guess the Orthodox JEWs. So the brother put in wash water, I think. How many it come up? Like more than 20 times, or?
You probably gotta put like wash and shit.
Or you could wash. Well, wash.
You got to see the compilation, right?
Yeah, it's
Does
only
it say
like
wash. And see.
yeah.
You tell you got to
Can't see
wash
shit on my
yourself
phone.
Yeah, so you're supposed to.
with water and then you be unclean
You got it.
After you become unclean, it's our ritual
to clean.
to clean ourselves with water. And especially if you're giving birth to a child, you're supposed to be clean when you're touching a woman, giving birth to children. And then a woman's unclean the second day, so she has to wash. The child has to wash. All right, so washing is a part of our culture. All right, but it took Esau to 1850 for a doctor to suggest washing hands before examining women, or examining anybody really. That's why they wear gloves now, because of that doctor. If it wasn't for him, we probably would have had a teacher. They probably saw a bunch of Israelites washing their hands. Like, oh, why these niggas washing their hands a lot? And then they probably would have stolen it. Like they came up with it. Why Issachar keep washing his hands before he eating all that?
Yeah, if I can say, like, it's actually true. Like, it took till like the 1980s for Esau to learn how to actually wash the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's actually true. Like, they usually use it to get a bar of soap and just, they ain't washing up, man. You gotta get a fucking rag.
I think isn't there like stories? I think stories about the Greeks not bathing or something like that. Like they would go like weeks or months without bathing or something like that.
Yeah. Because they will put on them heavy clothes, and then I guess there was stories. Once they actually took a bath, the whole water would turn black.
Yeah.
Dirty as shit, that's why.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dirty
That's
as
Esau
shit.
for you.
Dirty as shit. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah, we got the cedar. That's right there.
Want to read this real quick about Esau? This is Job 30 verse 8.
Yeah, I'm about to say it.
Yeah,
It says, they were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were violent in the earth.
Viler than the earth. Filth, meaning anything goes in the ground. Meaning dung. Basically, dung is basically anything. It could be feces. It could be dead body parts. It could be dead animal parts. It could be dead plant parts. That's what dung is. All right, so when you dung something, basically you collect all those things together, and then you use it as like compost or fertilizer. All right. More? Read it again.
Yeah, come on. This is Job 30 verse 8. It says, they were children of fools, yea, children of base men, or men of no name. They were viler than the earth. Look at the word viler.
Viler than the earth. Look it up. Because Esau is unclean by nature. Like an Edomite can't come into the inner court of our house of worship. Right? You can only be in the outer court.
Yeah, Esau this only applies to Esau. Yeah, just like in Genesis, what did it say about him? About the dust?
Offer.
He shall look up dust.
Look up, go upon his belly all day of his life.
Yeah, Esau is primarily known for being a cave dweller. You know?
Yeah, that's confusion. That's total confusion. Because of what the not dwelling in caves, but how dangerous it was dwelling in caves, how steep it was. That's confusion. And their diet while they were in the caves, which they were eating like old meat. There was one account that they were eating out of using their skulls of their dead ancestors as like bowls. You know? That's confusion. And upon the belly shalt thou go all the days of thy life. Let me paraphrase.
Let me read this first. It says for the word vile in the regular dictionary, it says extremely unpleasant. It says morally bad, wicked. That's Esau all the way. It says of little worth or value.
Of little worth or value. Right? So eventually that's going to come to its full fruition. Right now you look at Esau, you look at videos to see Esau, he scaled the business, he did all that, you know. And then they're not even fucking happy. I watched one interview, the dude wasn't even happy. I watched one interview that He might be an Israelite though. He founded Kinko's and he sold it FedEx. Kinko's with the copy machine. Yeah. He sold it to FedEx. He's always worried and he kept expanding. He's worried about always having to pay bills and all that. But after you get to a certain growth, you're not in control of it anymore. So you're only kind of in control when it's small. But as it grows, it gets bigger and bigger, like to this monstrous animal. You're not in control. Like Jeff Bezos, you think Jeff Bezos is really running fucking Amazon? Hell no. He has members. He owns a certain percentage of Amazon. You don't own 100%. If you think Jeff Bezos owns 100% of Amazon, that you're completely wrong. He owns a certain percentage, then he has members and investors that get that invested into his company. So if they invest into your company, they get a certain percentage of the money, of the profits. Yeah. When you look up how much percent, somebody looked that up? What percentage of, fact check that, how much percentage of Amazon is Jeff Bezos on? You have another percent?
No, he didn't.
Bring it up.
Genesis 3 verse 13. And the Lord power said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Lord power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field, and upon thy belly.
Yeah, so the Lord basically called him a damn animal, lower than a man. Because he could have said man. All right, but when Moses wrote that down, the Lord made him write cattle instead of Adam. He wrote the word down for cattle. All right? And that's actually talking about an actual man. So that's like derogatory. And if that's in the proto, that's like in the beginning. So everything's more raw back then. So the Lord spoke differently, but he still, calls Esau a dog even in the later chapters and precepts. Calls him a dog.
Yep, Psalms 22.
Yep. So, yeah.
The dogs can pass me about.
Yeah, come. Yep. So the cattle, that's another reference to people, but referring to Esau. What?
I got the Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
Genesis 3 verse 14. And the Lord power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and the dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life.
Yeah, that's a dark saying, because you have the Christians, what Christians believe that's talking about an actual snake. It's talking about animals. No, a damn snake didn't start talking like on a damn cartoon, on a 3D generated cartoon animation or movies. It's not like that. Like Madagascar or whatever. It's not like Madagascar. Or ants. Remember ants from back old in the 90s and early 2000s? Those ant movies. Or B movie. Like Jerry Seinfeld. So it's not like that. It's referring to people. Talking about the beasts and the cattle and all that. It's not referring to men. You got the percentage? Percentage?
It says, who owns most of Amazon? It said Amazon is owned by 56.72% institutional shareholders, 9.72% of Amazon insiders, and 33.56% retail investors. Jeffrey P. Bezos is the largest individual Amazon shareholder, owning 990.48 million shares, representing 9.65% of the company.
9%? So he only owns 9%.
Basically, like, rounds off to 10%.
Damn.
Yeah, so, but he got other, I think, businesses around that too. But hey, 9%. So there you go. So the more monsters your company, now he did it because he wanted to, or the elite told him to, whatever. But yeah, 10%. Because when you get that big, that's how they got it big. Unless it's private. I believe Amazon's public, right? Amazon's public. So like Wawa, I believe it's private. So that's the exception. If it's private, you just have different members, and then it's broken between y'all.
Right? They said 52% is institutional shareholders. So if that company was to fall, the people that basically got their stocks in that company is going to take the brunt of the fall.
Yeah. And I got real quick. It says Tim Cook. Basically says Tim Cook is currently. Yeah, for Apple. It says is currently the CEO of Apple and was appointed to that position back in 2011 when Steve Jobs passed away. He owns about 0.021% of Apple's shares. So.
Well, he's the CEO, so the CEO doesn't. Yeah, he's appointed the CEO. He's appointed the CEO. We'll put the previous owner, the original guy. How much did he own?
That's Steve
More,
Jobs.
that's more important. Yeah.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah. Get the scripture where it says, "Riches make them wings and fly away." That's the point I was trying to make.
Proverbs.
The bigger the company's gonna get, when you make go public, that's how it's gonna lose you.
It says 0.6%.
0.6. That's yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was other people before, like Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, for Apple.
No, Steve Jobs. He was the. He's a marketing guy.
I think it was the guy for iPhone. I don't think he created it. He wasn't he wasn't for Apple, right? He was more so for he created an iPhone. Or was he created
No,
an
Steve Jobs was Apple.
the founder of Apple.
Yeah, Steve Jobs. He's the founder of Apple, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, Steve Jobs.
He
Yeah.
was former,
Oh, I mean, yeah, 3 people: Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak,
Wozniak.
and Ronald Wayne.
So they owned the company originally. Then they wanted to go to business, so they started getting selling portions of the company shares. You got the richest. Who had the richest?
Proverbs 23, verse 5. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven.
Yeah. So you're going to lose control over 100% of the business. The bigger you get, and especially if you go public. All right? So it's best to just, whatever business you in, keep it small and medium, and, focus on godly edification. Don't be focused on trying to become a millionaire and a billionaire and all that. Just focus on whatever skill you got, maximizing, doing the best you can in whatever business venture you're involved in. All right?
Comparison for man, if you want it.
Go ahead, you got something?
Yeah, this Psalms chapter 4. This is like to help understanding in Genesis, men being counted as beasts and stuff. This is like one precept. Psalms 49 and 20. Man that is in honor and understandeth not is like the beasts that perish. Very plain, straight to the point. Another one. Psalms 32 and 9. Be ye not as the horse or as the mule, which have no understanding, whose mouth must be held in with a bit and bridle, lest they come nigh unto thee. Another one, I think it's Ecclesiastes chapter.
Of course, not broken, men is headstrong.
Yep.
Yeah, it's talking about a horse, but it's relating it to men willful, men being willful, not put under the yoke.
Ecclesiastes 3.
To learn, how like you come to Great Millstone, certain way we do things in Great Millstone.
This is the book.
You can't bring Christian ideology, Edomite Christian plantation Christianity into the gospel, into the faith. You got to keep that on the outside. All right, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and 18. I said in my heart concerning the state of the sons of men, that the power might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
There you go. Perfect. That's to the point.
Just real quick about Esau.
Yep.
Going back to basically going into forever.
And get Obadiah. Yeah, go back to forever. Obadiah. That's forever.
Right. Obadiah 10.
Let me read it. Yeah,
one
let
and
me read
11.
this one. This is Psalms 49, verse 11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
The verse was in?
Psalms 49 and 11.
49 and 11. That's what they believe. They believe it's gonna never end. They believe it's perpetual, perpetuity. All right, but it's not so. That word there means with no end. All right. But other places, well, if I talk about the hellfire, the smoke goeth up. Get that precept? Did we read that?
No, we read that.
We bring that up. Now that fire that's not talking about in perpetuity. It's referring to an age, a long period of time. And what precept, what scripture is that? Revelation
14 and 14. Let me start at 10 or 9.
14 and 9 and 14 and 10.
It's at 11, but you start 11.
Want me to read it?
Yeah.
This is I'm gonna go to verse 10. This is Revelation 14 and 9. I'm gonna go to 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So how the hell is this in hell?
Yeah.
They equate this with hell, you know?
Right.
When it says that the Lord himself and the angels are going to witness this. So this can't be underground.
Right. It's
You know?
referring they're going to be present looking
Exactly.
at the lake of fire of America burning. They're not going to be in the damn fire. Well, if they want to go into the fire, they can go into the fire. But the point is, it's not some damn spiritual realm where you're going to burn forever and ever. All right, meaning the angels are going to be present. The spirit of the Lord is going to be present.
Yeah, and it said the Lord you shall meet the Lord in the air.
Right.
The
Yeah.
Lord is coming with clouds, so he's going to be in the sky.
Yeah, he's going to be. Yeah, he's going to be in the ships with the elect.
Exactly. Yeah. And it says, in the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever.
Right, the smoke of their torment. You're not going to be burning forever and ever.
Exactly.
The smoke of their torment ascends up forever and ever. Now, what the Greek word there is?
It's Aeon.
Eon.
Yeah.
Eon or Ionis.
Yeah, I look at the word smoke too. It just says smoke or vapor.
Vapor.
And it got nothing to do with people.
Yeah, your spirit burning or your flesh burning and you get put back together and it burn again. That's what they be saying in the movies and shit in the little pamphlets they pass out. The Easter anyway. You're gonna burn in hell forever and ever and ever. You saying that, you're a false prophet. It's a false doctrine. You're gonna be burning in hell forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and then ever and ever. That's beyond your punishment. You killed 1,000 people, you'll be burning for more than 1,000 years, times 10,000. And then the person came back. He's whole again. That you murdered.
And who's going to be our slaves?
Exactly.
If they burning us forever.
Well, yeah, we read that.
You know?
The healing of the nations.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that supersedes that. So we know it's going to burn for a certain period of time. In the Greek, what was the Greek?
Aeon.
Aeon.
For
Aeon.
forever, right?
Yeah, forever. It says forever and ever. In the Hebrew is Iwalam Yah, Iwalam Yam. Forever and ever. All right? Which is perpetuity, an age, long period of time. All right? It don't mean that your spirit and soul is going to be burning forever and ever and ever. All right?
Yeah, and the ascended up part is referring to the nuclear mushroom cloud.
Yeah, yep. And read that again, 11. And there's smoke. You had another scripture? I'll read it again.
Yeah,
Another scripture.
yeah.
And the smoke, Revelation 14 and 11, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up. All right? The smoke of their torment ascendeth up. All right? Because it's mushroom cloud, Isaiah 34 tells you that. The heavens are rolled together like a scroll. All right? Ascendeth up for I will lam ya, I will lam yam. And they had no rest day nor night. And that's the one we think they got you. No, that's referring when they're alive. All right, because when you take the mark, you're going into slavery. All right, just watch. Look at all of the post-apocalyptic movies, and it tells you that's a hint of what's going to be happening during the time of the implant. All right, because you're going to be worried. You're going to be in fear for your life. You're not going to be knowing where your next meal coming. All right, some of you going to believe you made a mistake. All right, there's going to be different attacks. You know, so-called terrorist attacks, planned or engineered. All right, different famines. All right, different deaths from diseases. It's going to be like a day that has never been. All right, because as soon as you take that implant, you're an effective slave. When you look up the word charagma, it means a badge of servitude. So you're going to be in service. You're going to be free to do what you want, business as usual. you're going to be in service to Satan.
Right, that's a contract.
Yeah, there you go.
Contract.
Exactly.
And anytime you deal with Esau and his contracts, it's something called what? Terms of service.
Terms of service. You got to define. Truth and the devil is in the details. All right, you just got to look at the details. They don't look at the details. They're just worrying about eating for the moment, being safe, wanting to check in. Before you go into a hospital, sometimes you got to check in. That's private property technically. So you got to sign in the hospital. Even though if you can get past, you can try to make the delivery, you try, but you're in violation if you do that. That's private property. And sometimes they have signs that says you're subject to search at all times during your visit at the hospital. That's private property. It's not public property. Hospitals are private. So as soon as you take that implant, you are the property of Esau, Edom.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, too, when you go to the hospital for certain things, you submit or omit certain of your rights. Like you can't, like if you're doing tests and stuff like that, you can't just opt to leave and say, okay, I'm not doing that. They'll hold you against your will, and they'll get security to keep you there. So it's under certain conditions where they'll hold you at the hospital. That's why you got to make sure you know why you're going there and what you're going there for. And under certain conditions, they could actually hold you.
Like when you have mental health issues or whatever. So we have a hospital in Philadelphia called Friends Hospital. Some people, they go through breakdowns or whatever. They go, with my brother, he checked himself in the Friends Hospital one time. They go in, you got to sign in. Once you sign that line, they take your ass and they give you fucking drugs. And they put you in a room. And they start doing a mental evaluation of you. And you can't leave. Once you sign, you can't leave. You're signing your rights over to that hospital, to that institution. So that means you trust that institution to get you mentally well again, and they're going to do that by any means they believe is necessary. Whether it's through drugs, counseling, isolation,
Drugs when they come to the hospital, they take an ambulance ride, they're going to be testing on your ass. And you're not allowed to say, oh no, I don't want you to take it. No. You came into the ambulance, you supposedly were ODing, or you're having a bad drug experience, we're going to have to do that study. So they're going to extract the specimen from you, one way or another.
Yeah, they're not going to release you until they give you a physical exam,
Exactly.
saying you're good to leave.
Yep.
So that, because once you're in their care, they're responsible for your health and well-being. And if anything was to happen to you, you could sue them.
Yep, this is I'm gonna just read this one first. 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices."
Yeah, we're not ignorant of the different angles that Esau are gonna come on to make it easy and simple, make you feel guilty about not getting it, and help you to get the implant. I might think about your family. They might, some cops, really a dirty cop will try to, probably it's a possibility, thrill to you to get your mental evaluation because he's retaliating against you or whatever. And the police officers can do that. They can commit you to have a psychological evaluation. A dirty cop. I've seen the cops try to see that. Another thing I was trying to say, you want to make me feel unsafe, so they put a weapon on you. They can do that, or they can send you down for mental evaluation. And beyond the cops, when a new order thing come in to its full fruition, these are tactics they can use against you. Mental evaluation, or if you think he's acting crazy, and then convince you to get the implant during your mental evaluation. And remember, they can still pump you full of fucking drugs too anyway. Esau can do that now. He can hit you with some drugs. He can give you marijuana. They can hit your system, edible or whatever. Then you start not caring, and then you start going to feel real loose. Oh, you want to take the chip? Hey. Remember, Esau already does that already. So you better pray that the Lord keeps you in good graces. Hits you with some heroin or whatever. Hey. Want to take the chip? Hit you with fentanyl or,
Yeah, you got what, MK Ultra?
Yeah, Esau already do experiments, kidnapping people and all that. He does that already.
Testimony was the brother that was downtown. Now I don't know if the story was true or not, but he came and he gave his testimony where they put an implant in him, a tracker. And he said that I think he went into the hospital for one type of procedure, and then here he found out that they were experimenting on him the whole time.
So you sound like
And he really believed it. I mean, I was convinced that the story was true. Whether or not it was, he still gave his testimony, but you can't put anything past the devil. So there are situations like that.
Paul Walker, Lazarus Project. I got screenshots and little clips of that. I did a video on that. He had the flat implant in him. I believe he pulled it out like here, I think, or here, I forget where. But it was a flat. This is an old 20-year-old movie. It was a flat ID. It said something about inhibitor, something inhibitor. All right, that was the implant. It was a flat. Before anybody was even talking about the flat implants, it was in that movie with Paul Walker called The Lazarus Project. And I got screenshots. It's fucking lot, dude. I got screenshots of that before the flat chip even came out. They was already working on that. They already had it in the movie, so they already knew. Look at what year that movie came out. The Lazarus Project, starring Paul Walker. Fast and Furious guy that got murdered or killed in that.
Like early 2000s, right? 2005 or something, 2007.
So back then, they just recently, within the last couple of years, brought out the flat implant. But that movie is like 20 years old. 2008.
2008, yeah.
Almost 20 years old, yeah. So Esau puts those, what he's going to do in the movies before he does it. All right, we go back to Star Trek, Star Wars, the technology. We already like 30 years behind on the actual technology they have available. You know, like you can get better gas mileage with cars right now, but they got to do they got to reduce emissions. So reducing emissions actually uses more fuel.
Yeah.
It's all on the green thing. And they have more technology where it wouldn't even pollute. You know, Esau chooses to slow down the progression of technology, profit, and to keep us ignorant. That's part of Esau's pushback. Your hand. All right. Got more on eternal or hell or.
Yeah.
That's what we about to wrap up.
Just real quick. This is Job 5:12. It says he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
So enterprise's undertaking is bringing in the totalitarian, dystopian, lifestyle. Yeah. Totalitarian, dystopian lifestyle. Checkpoint set up. That's what you're worried about. Whether you in compliance, so you're worrying about that. Are you complying? Maybe DUI checkpoints. You know, they look in the car. That's not even lawful. Because we got the right to, for unlawful searches and seizure. So they set them check stops up. Those are unlawful. You don't got to answer no damn questions. Other than you accuse me of committing a crime or suspect me of committing a crime, I don't got to answer no question. Like, I don't answer no question. You know? Now they can abuse you. They can find a reason. Going through, getting on 95, going on state, like on back in over this was a while ago. I was taking a friend up on State Road, Aramango Avenue. I got up there and they were doing like these shit stops. And they asked me like, where you? I said, what's going on? I didn't know what the fuck is going on. He said, oh, DUI. He didn't even ask me no questions. He just said, go ahead. What the hell's going on? Why is everybody holding no fucking traffic? The Esau do be driving drunk as shit. Everybody be driving drunk, but you know that is unlawful. Like you can't just stop somebody because somebody might be committing a crime. You have to have probable cause. You got to be able to articulate that, right? According to the law. But they'll find little loopholes and they try to make a consensual conversation. That's a consensual conversation.
No, that's I was gonna say you're right to
dragging?
why you're being stopped or what you're suspected of doing. But what happens is when Esau wants to abuse his power, which he often does, is he uses that to escalate the situation by telling you that you're now resisting or you're obstructing. Technically, they use put your hand, like if they. I seen a recent video of this guy who supposedly, he's has a civil suit or something like that. He's supposed to be awarded money. I don't know, but the officer responsible for this man's injuries was let go from the force. But he pulled the guy over, and he made a comment, and the guy was asking him, what are you arresting me for? What are you pulling me over for? And the cop kept insisting that he put his hands behind his back, so he started putting his hands behind his back, and he had his phone in one hand. And he said, well, basically, what do you want me to do with my phone? And so the officer took the phone out of his hand and put it on the car, and then the guy was just turning around. He wasn't resisting, he wasn't getting physical or nothing like that. The cop said, if you keep resisting, I'm gonna put you on the ground. So, again, the cop already had one arm restrained, and he was trying to get the other arm, and the guy just simply turned a little bit more to ask him again, what are you pulling me over? And that was enough for the cop to yell, stop resisting, pick his ass up, and fucking body slam him onto the hard concrete. And so that's how they escalate, and a lot of cops look for reasons and ways to escalate the situation. Even though you're well within your legal right to ask the officer, what is the reason for the stop? And they're supposed to tell you. Or what's the suspicion that you have of what I've done wrong? But again, they use that as a catalyst to say that you're resisting and then escalate the situation and put more harm on you, put more hell on you, you know? And remember, they have qualified immunity. And when these different lawsuits happen, guess what? It don't come from the officers' pensions, it doesn't come from the precincts, it comes from taxpayers. The people are fronting these costs. So again, I'm just qualifying the brother's point, which there's plenty of supporting evidence. You see it time and time again. Officers look for ways to escalate the situation and put you in a greater, greater restraint, greater harm. That's why you got to be moving wise when you talk to these police.
Best practices is words possible.
Yep.
You don't answer the least amount of questions possible. If you acting drunk, if you shouldn't be drunk driving, don't take any tests. Just go to jail, get your license suspended. They can't prove that you're drunk if you ain't take no tests. All right? Because alcohol has no smell. Okay? They'll say that, but legally alcohol has no smell. All right? So don't answer any questions. Say they're going to suspend your license and arrest you. All right? And then they're going to let you go. Don't take no damn tests. I'm telling you, do not take any tests. All right?
This should be crazy.
Yeah, also things you got to keep in mind that officers are actually trained to lie to you because it's a tactic to get information. So they'll use lies to fish for information, right? They'll play on somebody's psyche because your first inclination is to prove your innocence while the whole time he's setting you up, because at the end of the day, anything that you say can and will be held against you in a court of law. This is why it's better, as the brother's saying, to answer as least, as possible. It gives something without willingly giving unnecessary details. Answer the question that'll satisfy it to a degree, but with giving giving less information as possible. That's always usually, and even these lawyers will tell you that. What's your best? What's the best way to handle these interactions? Is by saying as least as possible. So professionals in the legal world will give you that advice. That's literally their legal counsel. For the very reasons we're mentioning, and plus because it can actually be held against you.
Just because you give them an answer that you can go home. A lot of Jake's problem is they believe that if they give an answer, that means they can go home. Which that's
right, the laws of Esau are not
that's not how it works.
Are not based
naive
on morality.
People.
Or we cooperate and let you
They're
know.
based on legality. They're not based on morality. So it's not like you have the moral conscious truth, and that means that you're going to be immune to whatever the consequences are. That's not how it works. Yeah.
And that's it. I know no stuff. All right. And again, if they want to get you out the car, look at your car, you might have a case against them. All right. You got to use your best judgment. All right. I don't answer any questions to police. If I do believe I have to answer something, or I should answer something, I just keep it very minimal and not specific. Not specific. get the scripture where it says, be wise as serpents and harmless as a dove. All right? But the dove, in two parts, or a bird in general, they'll eat out your hand, but you make a real false, like a quick move, they'll move. So the doves, they'll adjust to the situation. But they will, if you throw food down, they'll have to come gather around and, and eat the food. But if you make like weird movements or a fast move, they'll actually fly away. Or a serpent, he'll know when danger feels threatened. Yeah. They know what predators look like. Like a mongoose, they love tearing snakes up. Ferrets or whatever, they be hunting snakes.
Like a snake is cunning, right? A snake waits, and it's still don't make any, quick movements until it's time.
Yes, don't volunteer any information. Don't answer questions you don't want to ask.
Right.
Some people whole story.
Right.
This happened. Like, what the fuck you talking about, dude? He's asked you where were you going? You start telling your life damn story.
Right. Because they think that's going to afford them getting out of a ticket or not having to deal with the certain consequences that might come with that situation. But that's not true.
Yep.
It's just simply not true.
St. Matthew 10:16. Behold, I send you in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and as harmless as doves.
Yeah, like when it too often protesting, he had a notepad out.
Oh yeah.
I said, nah, we read the scripture. We don't. It's not like protest.
Yeah.
You seem kind of frustrated. Like, what the fuck you want me to say?
Yeah, that was weird.
Like, I'm not. So we just read the scriptures. I mean,
It was a protest going on at that time too.
oh, it was. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but we weren't a part of it.
Yeah, so I don't know what was going on in their mind or whoever. But he said, y'all protest. I'm like, we read the scriptures. Well, I could have said, oh, we don't answer questions. I mean, so either way, I guess he didn't get the answer he wanted, or I don't know what. That was weird though. So I don't know if that's something that they were just patrolling, because he had a notepad out.
Yeah.
Him and his woman cop.
Girl chick,
Yeah, I'm like, this is weird. Nobody ever asked us that before. Y'all protesting. I'm like, if we out here every single week, once a week, I guess they don't maybe never walk through the block or whatever, or they were told, or they were sent. So, I didn't give them the life story, about you were Israelite. Don't you know you were Israelite, man? You don't give a shit. I can look at your damn face. You just take back what you heard or what you got on your body camera or recording device or whatever. Take it back to your superior or whatever. But y'all already know anyway because we upload the videos. So, wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Now, I didn't say, oh, we're not a part of the protest. I ain't, oh, we got a First Amendment right and all that. I didn't say that. I said we just reading the scriptures and you're going about your fucking way. And you went on about their way. I had to start volunteering information. I simply said what we're doing and just. Then you had the other Edomite. We had the scuffle or something. Somebody got something happened. Somebody got spit on, or I don't know. A bunch of people trying to fight or something. I don't know. The Edomite was like, I said, we about to wrap up anyway. He was like, oh, would you? That's how Esau talk. So we about to wrap up. Then he gonna stand there. I said, this ain't the damn 50s. Like, what the fuck you sitting there supervising for? I said that. Like, well, moving along. Yeah, moving along. Some weird shit like that. Like, no, we just gonna finish what we're doing, then we're gonna go about our business. I ain't volunteering the information. I ain't getting loud with him or argue with him. I'm just, simply say, so we're almost done. He said, so would you? Yeah, like that. Yeah, like,
we owe him some shit. That's how he talks to you. Like we in debt to you. If you ever talk to an Edomite, they talk condescendingly. They act like they owed something, and then on top of it, he's always acting like he's doing you a fucking favor. Now you ain't doing us no fucking favors, man.
We wrap it up
Right.
at normal time.
Yeah.
What the fuck you mean?
Yeah. But that's exactly how Esau
I'm not
talk.
doing anything extra.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not doing anything extra. Why is certain harmless done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the proud nature of Esau, That's a proud nature of Esau, man. Yeah, would you? Like he believes we saw him, so now we just
We're
going.
making adjustments for
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Not that we wouldn't, but that's not what happened.
That's not what we doing.
That's
Yeah.
not what we did. That's not what we plan on doing. We plan on everything was under control. Okay, I forgot what happened, but I guess the police got called. They swarmed the camp or something like that, and he's one of the officers. Oh, would you like? We need to make adjustments for you, dude. We just finishing out the camp, you know. But oh, would you? You know, you saw they got that. Oh, then another thing he said y'all can use this as training.
Yeah.
For that was so condescending.
Yeah.
You know, y'all can use this as training for y'all brothers. How we were so cooperative. You know, we were very cooperative and cordial. I guess that's how he sees it. Well, he said you can use this as training for other groups so you can learn how to be real good niggas. Real good niggas. You know, that's was y'all there when that happened or no? Yeah, wasn't part of the camp. Oh.
I'm to his credit, he's right because
That is true.
technically
They're saying kind of.
there's been a lot of businesses that go the fucking wrong way. You know, because the scriptures do tell you to agree with thine adversary quickly, that a soft answer turneth away wrath. So you gotta be smart when you're dealing with the enemy, man. You gotta be smart when you're dealing with the enemy.
I actually grab the stuff and he got offended.
Right.
You know, and then they started going back. It was both of them. But they started doing the little pushing hand thing, and then they let one to the left to another. You know?
He's being a condescending devil.
Yeah.
He had a little somewhat of a point. Y'all should be taking
Yeah, wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You know. It was a good point, but it was still. I can still consider it an idle word. So he gonna pay with back strips, back whips to his neck if he eat him out. You know. He's gonna pay with the. He's gonna pay out of his ass, so to speak. All right. Our last scriptures, and let's wrap up. We got precepts, spirits. Want to bring out. In the last days, there shall come scoffers. In the last days, there shall come scoffers. Their own lust. Roughly paraphrasing.
This is 2 Peter 3:3. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days
We'll
scoffers.
start from one. First verse.
All right, this is verse 1. It says, this second epistle, beloved, I now run unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
What?
Verse 5, for this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Yahweh the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water.
Willingly ignorant. All right, willingly ignorant. You got 2/3 of Israel and the rest of Israel outside of America who they have the knowledge, meaning they can watch the videos, they had the opportunity to watch the videos, but they're not applying because it's a spirit you gotta have. You can't just believe what we're saying is truth. You gotta believe what we're saying is truth that'll make you actually jump into action. All right? So you gotta progress from just belief and then have it works. All right? But when the Lord separates the sheep from the goats, that's when you're gonna know. He's gonna put the rest of the Israelites that are not prophets under the protection of the prophets. Because it's going to have to come a day where certain Israelites, only thing they're going to have is their faith, because they're not going to have the works. Right? But the scriptures say you and your household. So whoever's a part of your household is going to be saved. Right? The Lord said, whoever you bind on earth should be bound in heaven. Right? So ultimately, it's up to Yahushua, up to the Father, who gave the elect to Yahushua. More?
That was it.
Let's continue reading. See what else it said. To the fourth verse or fifth verse?
book of 2 Peter 3, verse, I'll go back to 5. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Yahweh the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
Yeah. Kept in store, reserved unto fire. Because America, Babylon is going to be turned into a lake of fire. That's how much fire it is. It's going to look like a lake. And that's the vantage point, the perception of the angels, the Lord, and the elect that are going to be in the sky looking down. All right, reserved unto fire. All right, so that was all the scriptures. Bach.
No. That's it. I don't have any scriptures. So with that, we want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Ba'Kadash. Of course, double honors unto the apostles and elders, great millstone. All right. Salutation to all the hopeful elect scattered abroad the four winds of the earth. Okay, to you we say shalom.
Shalom.
All right, and hey man, Kwam Yasha'Allah, stay up.
Kwam Yasha'Allah.